Let's get to the point. Your monthly market report from the Reno-Sparks Association of REALTORS. I'm Doug McIntyre, 2018 President. This month's report is brought to you by One Nevada Credit Union and Capital Glass. Let's get started with a quick look at the local real estate market. Let's get to the point. The May median price at $374,000 is level with April and up 12% from a year ago. May unit sales at 560 are up 14% from April and down 18% compared to May of 2017. May new listings are up 12% at 748 compared to April and down 9% from 1 year ago. The Reno market is a seller's market at 1.4 months supply of inventory. Months supply of inventory is the time it would take to exhaust the active inventory at the current rate of sales. Now it's time for our segment, A Closer Look. Each quarter, we will be taking a closer look at an area neighborhood. Today, Angelica Reyes, 2018 President-elect of the Reno-Sparks Association of REALTORS, is at Bartley Ranch. She is joined by Marsha Berkbigler, Chair of the Washoe County Commission.
Thank you, Doug. We're here at Bartley Ranch Park and we have a special guest, Commissioner Marsha Berkbigler. Thank you so much, Marsha, for being with us today and taking a few moments to answer some of our questions.
You bet. Thank you for inviting me.
So our first question, area parks are a quality of life question for homeowners. Can you update us on how Washoe County is doing or what they're doing to maintain the county parks?
So this last budget season, we added additional funds back into our parks, which took a large cut. And we're using those funds not to develop new parks, but to maintain and take care of our existing parks. We have this beautiful Bartley Ranch that we're sitting in today. We also have Rancho San Rafael. And you've got to maintain the roads, you've got to maintain the grass, and all of the beautiful trees and everything that are in the parks. So that's what we're using it for.
We do love our beautiful parks.
We do.
Our audience may not know that over 85% of the land in Nevada is owned by federal government. And in Washoe County, nearly 79% of the land is federally owned. Can you briefly explain the federal land bill and what it means to Washoe County?
Sure. The purpose of the land is to put a line, if you will, around the greater Reno-Sparks area. That would be land that's currently owned by the federal government, principally by BLM. That land would then be available for a quicker and more easier access to development, growth, new parks, new open space, whatever it is that we need it for. Schools, a lot of it is environmentally oriented. So in other words, like Lake Tahoe, which we are working hard to keep pristine, a lot of the money goes to that.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad they're taking care of our Tahoe. We just love it. So to wrap up, what do you think Washoe County offers to residents and future home buyers? Beauty.
This place is gorgeous. As I said, I'm a native. I tell people that all the time. Actually, not really. I moved here when I was 9, but I'm close.
You're close.
But this community is beautiful, and people who come here and bring their businesses here to us and want to talk about growing in the area, they are amazed when they see how beautiful it is. We have Lake Tahoe on one end. We have Pyramid on the other end. If you're into skiing, you've got all the beautiful of Lake Tahoe, or if you want to just lay by a beautiful blue lake, you've got that. But if you're a desert rat and you really like the desert, you've got hiking trails, you've got places that you can go camp and do all of that. And so we really have a lot of beauty that goes with this gorgeous community, and that's really why people are moving here.
Well, I'm a huge fan. Well, it's exciting to hear what Washoe County has to offer. Thank you so much, Commissioner Marsha Berkbigler, for meeting with us today and taking our questions. And back at you, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angelica. It is nice to see that it is a little bit warmer than when we featured Sparks back in February. Now it's time for the monthly Economic Minute with Elliot Eisenberg. Elliot is a nationally acclaimed economist and the author of the blog Econ 70. Elliot, can you talk about the job market? What impact will jobs have on the economy and the real estate market?
That's a great question, and labor markets are very tight. The unemployment rate at 3.8%, it's best since 2000. The unemployment rate for African Americans is at its all-time low since record keeping began in '92, and the unemployment rate for high school dropouts is 0.2 of a point away from its record low. These low levels of unemployment are causing heartbreak and heartache to home builders. They can't build enough homes, especially low-end homes, entry-level homes. And as a result, people have to adapt and rearrange their lives to accommodate. What we see is more people renting. We see people renting for longer. We see people with roommates who otherwise wouldn't have. We see people with roommates who now have more roommates than they would have otherwise had. We see kids boomeranging back from college to live at home. We see kids working full-time after high school, living at home to save money. We see people in multi-generational houses where there's 3 generations living as opposed to the normal 2. In short, people are having to adapt to less square footage than they would otherwise do because of this signal lack of housing. And this will continue until the problem goes away.
Thank you, Elliot. As real estate professionals, that's helpful information to know. According to NAR Chief Economist Lawrence Yun, Reno has seen a 24% increase in job growth since 2000, compared to 13% nationwide. With available workers being absorbed, job growth will be an interesting indicator to watch. And now, let's put it all together. Let's look at Washoe County numbers, which includes Reno, Sparks, and surrounding areas within the county limits, excluding Fernley and Incline Village. The Washoe County median price is at $374,000. After reaching $375,000 in March, it has remained level for the past 2 months. Unit sales for the month of May were at 560, down 18% from May of 2017. For the first 4 months of the year, year-to-date sales for 2018 were ahead of 2017. In May, that trend stopped, and 2018 year-to-date sales are down 1% compared to the same period 2017. During the month of May, there were 738 new listings. New listings have been trending up since December. Year-to-date new listings are 3% down compared to the same period 2017. Days to contract in the price range of 300 to 400 are at a low of 22 days. This price range saw the highest volume of sales with 210 sales in May. At the Nevada Realtors Conference in Las Vegas this month, Lawrence Yun reported there's a diminished optimism in the home buying process. Buyers are frustrated by the low inventory, weakening affordability, and do not want to compete against multiple offers on properties. That's our To The Point report for June. Talk to your local realtor for details in your neighborhood. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you will not miss any updates, and we will see you next month for the latest To The Point.